Hello lovely people, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, I love you. Welcome back. Today I just wanted to go over what's in my camera bag and talk a little bit about the gear I've been using. I just got back from a trip to San Diego. Got some cool photos, cool videos. Little brief background info about me. I am a software engineer, data scientist, and freelance photographer based out of Denver, Colorado. I love photography, I love videography, and I love cameras. I love the intersect between computer vision and machine learning and how that gets applied into autofocusing systems. And so if that stuff is stuff you find interesting, then maybe stick around. We're gonna have some fun over here. Anyways, with all that blah 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 out of the way, let's just get into this. So the bag that I use is the Peak Design Everyday Bag. This is the 30 liter, I believe, and it's been great. I've been using it a bunch over the past couple months. I got it, I think, back in February or March or something, and it's been great ever since. Brief little review. I think that as a camera bag, it's not the best, but as a tech bag and a bag for work and for travel, it's doing a great job. I might get another camera bag just to really hold my gear better and have much more room for gear, but as is, I like the bag. First things first, let's talk about my daggone laptop. This is the 14-inch MacBook Pro, M1 Pro. It's great, it's been great. I got it, I think the day it came out because I was so excited about having an SD card slot again. And I'll say for the past, I think it's been like 2 or so years, it's been really great. It is, I feel like, starting to show its age with the work I've been doing. I only got 16 gigs of RAM, and so I really don't want to have to upgrade this, but it might have to be upgraded down the line, I'm thinking. But yeah, for what it does, this thing is great. I love it. The portability is awesome, but I miss having a larger screen. I can't tell if I would benefit from going up to the 16-inch or not, but I don't know, that would be a big upgrade. So for now, I love her. I think this is right. Frick. As I was saying, there are some things I'm not a giant fan of with this bag, and for starters, just the fact that it is side opening. Obviously, I knew that when I got it, but it has its pros and cons. It's nice. You can really use every bit of the bag if you want to, but also this is a little annoying. But I'm gonna open her up and you might be able to see that this is my baby. This is the camera I use for photography. It used to be my video camera until I got the ZV-E1, but this right here, the Sony A7IV, has been phenomenal. This is probably the best camera I've ever owned and my favorite camera I've ever owned. And yeah, the results speak for itself, but you'll see some pictures I've taken in a little bit. The other camera I use is the, as I was saying, Sony ZV-E1. This thing has been the newest addition to my camera collection of sorts, and I love it. Don't love the build quality. If you've been on my channel, you've heard me whine about it probably too many times, but it's a baby FX3. It does pretty much everything that FX3 does with a few compromises here and there. So how can you be mad at her? How? And with the camera bodies out of the way, let's talk lenses. I guess I'll just start with the lens that's not in the bag currently because it's on the ZV-E1 recording right now, the Sigma 24-70. The quality is amazing for video, and as I've been using my ZV-E1 more and more, I know I'm gonna continue to use the Sigma 24-70 for video. The quality is awesome. It's sharp. I'll show some stills that I've taken. I think all of them that I'll show have been taken on the A7IV, but it's a great lens. I think that from what I've seen, it's delivering pretty much G Master quality. You're not gonna get the focus breathing compensation, but you do get great sharpness, great autofocus, quiet autofocus, which is always a plus. and it's more compact than the GM1, but it's, I think, slightly bigger and heavier than the GM2. But yeah, I mean, you know, I can't complain. For $1,000, I actually got mine refurbished or open box, so you know, it was a little under $1,000, and for that I can't complain, and I won't complain. It's great. The next lens I'm going to talk about is the 35mm f1.4 from Sony. I feel like I took a risk when buying it just because it's so expensive, but I will say I got it open box, satisfactory, or fair from Best Buy. It's in perfect condition, so I knocked like $400 or $500 off the price. It almost felt like a steal, but yeah, it looks fine. The only thing that is not pristine about this lens is the lens cap. It's like they maybe dropped it when they had it, but when I got it, tested the autofocus, made sure everything worked, and yeah, for $900, this is a damn good lens, all right? It's about Sigma price. And I know I just said that the 24-70 works great and is an awesome lens and can give G Master quality, but you know, that's a zoom, this is a prime, and yeah, like this prime right here, sharpest lens I've ever used. So let's move on. This right here is the next lens I'm going to talk about. This is the Sigma 100-400, and this lens has been great. It is definitely not G Master level quality. I'm not going to pretend that it is. I've seen what the 100-400 G Master can do, and the teleconverters are, again, just awesome. That would be so great to have, but you know, this is, I think, a third or a fourth of the price of the G Master. I think it's a third. So I'll choose this. I don't need a 100-400 that bad. This lens has been great. I use it for birding, wildlife, aviation photography. Been really into airplanes this year, taking a bunch of cool pictures. I take it when I go out fishing. If I'm getting skunked, then I pull this thing out, and at least I'm getting some good pictures of wildlife and fishermen, because if I'm not catching fish, I'm gonna capture something. And yeah, I love it. It's a great lens. It's not too heavy. You know, it's at the point where you can't bring it into games and stuff, and that's a little frustrating, but I got something for that. If you can't bring it into a stadium or a football game or a basketball game, we need options. So I'll show you what I do for that. But yeah, I love this lens. It's even fun for portraits. You need a lot of light. It's not the fastest lens, but when it works, it works. You know, there are a lot of places and a lot of times where you don't want to have or can't have a ginormous lens like the 100-400. And so, as I was saying, the lens that you can pretty much bring almost anywhere, unless they just don't want cameras with interchangeable lenses, is the Tamron 28-200. The Tamron 28-200 is pretty much the first full frame lens that I got. When I moved to full frame from the A6000, I had the A7R2, and with that A7R2 and this 28-200, I took so many amazing, awesome pictures. I had so much fun with this lens. The versatility is ungodly. I don't even use this lens as much as I used to, just because I have so many other options, but when you need a lens that can do it all, when you don't want to switch lenses, when you are traveling, or when you need to go into a football game or a basketball game and you want to be able to zoom, but you don't want to, you know, get your camera taken from you, this thing is awesome. And the last lens I'm going to talk about today, don't fall, is this bad boy right here. This is the Tamron 17-28. I know I've said it a million times, I'm going to say it again. Great lens, you know. I think that there's value in having the wide focal length, you know, the 16-35, but the 16-35 is like $2.5 grand or something. This is $800. I think I got mine for like $550 because it was, again, bargain box used. Shop at KEH, check them out. They're not sponsoring me, they don't know who I am, but I will say that I got this $900 lens for like $500, and they said it was in bargain condition, but it was fine. It was in awesome condition. There's nothing on the element, no scratches, no nothing. It was great. So I'm just putting you on game. Don't buy new lenses. I don't know how else to tell you. You know, unless you really gotta get the new and you can only get it new, or if you know, you really have had bad experiences with used, then yeah, buy new. But if you want to save some money and get pretty much the same thing, I'd go with used. But anyways, let's focus back up. Tamron 17 to 28. It's mostly my vlogging lens, to be honest. I use it all the time. I use this mostly when I want to take my ZV-E1 out and just, you know, have a compact little setup. It's great for vlogging, as I said, and I pair it with this JJC variable ND filter. Nothing too expensive. I haven't gotten into expensive variable NDs yet because those are boring and I'm too much of a child for that. And now that I got the fun stuff out of the way, I'm just gonna rapid fire through some accessories real quick. Neck strap. It's from Peak Design. It's great. All my cameras have the anchors, those red anchors on them. These thingies, you know what they're for. Peak Design's a great company. Love their warranty. Love that they back up their stuff when you buy it. And all my stuff is warranted, so if anything happens, I'm calling y'all. Next up is my Mantis Pod by PGY Tech. The Mantis Pod has been awesome. I use it for vlogging purposes mostly, and I guess if I need a little tabletop tripod, but at this point, Mantis Pod kind of stays at home even if I go vlogging, just because, again, the name of the game for me is compact vlog setups. I don't want to have people, you know, looking at me seeing my expensive equipment when I'm out. So if I can, you know, keep the tripod away, if I can take the top mic off and I can just use the ZV-E1's internal mic, which is very good, by the way, then I'm gonna do that. But when I need to step it up a little, if I need a, you know, a top handle, or I need a little tabletop tripod, or I need to be able to hold the camera out further, then yeah, it's good to have these things. And this just attaches with the Peak Design plate, actually. Let's see if I can unlock it real quick. Rapid fire show you. Boom, locks in, flip the switch, and yeah, just like that, it is secure, it is in there. And so yeah, great little tripod. Again, you know, I don't use it all the time, but it's great to have. And let's keep moving. Blower. Always have a blower. Always be blowing, okay? The ABBs. All right, you gotta have one of these in your camera bag. I can't tell you the number of times I've just had to, even right now, I see a little something on there. It's just great. You know, I got this from my dad, actually. I didn't even buy this, but my dad had a film camera over there that I don't really use, but when I first got into photography, he gave me a bunch of old gear, his film camera. I had to buy his A6000 from him and included this in his gear. And to this day, anytime I need to, it gets the job done. Every time. Just kidding. There are times when it doesn't get the job done, and in that case is when you need, where is it? One of these. Can you see? Yes. This is, oh god, a Zeiss lens wipe. I just buy them by the hundreds, 200s, just buy huge boxes from Amazon for like 10 bucks, and I just keep them in my bag, keep them in my drawer, keep them in my pocket. If I need to clean my glasses, need to clean a lens, need to clean my phone. This is my SD card holder. Focused. All you gotta do, open it up. As you can see, have some SD cards in here. There's some micro SD cards too. Usually just keep this in the camera bag, but I don't always run out of storage. So, you know, I might bring it on me, might leave it if I know if I'm gonna be good that day. So it's just good to have extras. And last but not least, I want to talk about the Peak Design leash. This thing's great, doubles as a bracelet for some reason, which is kind of fun. So, you know, you just like have it, you just have it on, little bracelet vibes, and then open it up, attach it to the camera down here, and then boom, you're holding your camera. It's great for when it's great. Sometimes you don't want to hold the camera the whole time because I don't want to just, you know, drop it and let it hang. Sometimes the anchor, or what is it called, the capture, peak design capture is better. You can just do that. So, you know, it's just good to have options. If I'm carrying a backpack or have my sling bag, I'll use the capture clips. And if I'm just carrying a camera, I'll go with this bad boy. And then if I am going really lightweight, I'll probably just bring this. And this has been my slightly hectic what's in my camera bag video. Sorry, I was looking at myself. I think that, you know, ideally you've seen some good gear. You've seen some gear that you might want to add to your collection. You've seen my collection. Again, I love photography. If you want to stick around and maybe subscribe or at least drop a like, that would be much appreciated. And with that, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day or night or week or month or life, but not in an ominous way. I love you. All right, bye.